Welcome back to the Sorare £25 Road to Glory, and it's that time of the week. We're building lineups. Um, Most important lineup is our Cap 240, so we want to be able to hit that threshold as many times as we can before I sell off for the to buy MLS. So Rain has to go in, even though it's a terrible fixture. He's our only goalkeeper. Um, See, this is a pretty good fixture for the stack that we've got. They must not score much, but they got that pretty good clean. Pardon me, pretty good clean sheet bonus. So Sands is good for AA. Gallego, if they get a goal, it's probably going to be him or I think he's called Rubio maybe. And this guy's been brought in instead of Sipsic because Sipsic didn't play and he's not expected to play this week, like I mentioned in this video. So I brought back Corredera, who we had before, but moved him on. So I'm going to save that. Hopefully, Tenerife have a good game week. I'm going to quickly see if I can against Lugo. So hopefully they have a pretty good game week there. And next up, we're on to the semi-pro lineups. And this is hard because if he's going to start, Minnesota are looking pretty decent. Just close that. Minnesota are looking pretty decent, but I have this little defensive stack. But it doesn't really make sense because Atlanta are going to score, surely. What's the 35% clean sheet chance versus the 20%? Um, I guess you just go for it and hope for the upside of the clean sheet on both of them. The percent is there, so they're against LA. I've already got a defender in anyway. Midfielders. There we go. This is the big players. Um, 3 goals chance. Who are they against? Montreal. Montreal have been um, borderline terrible this season so far. So Carlos Hill goes in there. Vea and Hector Herrera. I think this team basically just picks itself, unless I was to go for Yedlin, who had a pretty good score last week, but he's probably like the worst player we actually have. So it makes sense to go for Herrera with how good he's been this season. Obviously, Chanel would be the captain. If this team manages to get a clean sheet with the defensive stack, then I really think we could get a reward because the points for reward last week seemed really low in the MLS Semi Pro. Don't know if that's because not many people played and there might be more now people have had time, but hopefully we're going to get ourselves a reward in that. What else are we playing this week? Bundesliga Semi Pro because we're not putting Ajay into Captive 4 this week, so he can get himself in there. Pretty good fixture against Stuttgart, so hopefully he can get decisive. He has had a decisive since we owned him. And I'm looking at this like Leipzig just conceded 3 at home, and it's a pretty good fixture for Baumann, but we do have the defensive stack, so I guess it makes sense to go for it because I actually can't see Bayern keeping a clean sheet there. And I'm also having to play Grifo, so I don't want Delit in. And then 3 goals against Union Berlin. I think possibly I just go for Colin Moani anyway because he just has. Oh, Haller's injured, so definitely Colin Moani, but he's put it in there. But he also has a bit of better upside because he gets better AA. Do I need to update my common cards on this? I'm pretty sure I haven't made any swaps. But yeah, Colin Moani because he's got the better upside. What have we done? MLS, Bundesliga. We're not playing Premier League anymore. French League, I've made some swaps. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I brought Vanderson in. Don't know if it's a good pick. I don't know if he's been injured and that's why he wasn't playing as much, but we'll find out. I'm pretty sure he actually bagged himself a goal last week. It's a pretty good fixture for Monaco, but they're just so bad defensively, you don't know what to expect. Um, but I just can't be bothered fully reworking this team when I'm probably going to move Menezes on soon because we've made a decent little profit on him. Hopefully these guys can score because I don't think PSG have even scored a goal in the last 2 games. But when you look at all the percentages and stuff, this team again looks like on paper it should be pushing on for a reward. Um, So we'll just save it up. It's these semi-pro lineups now pretty much build themselves because I've only really got four good players because I rebuilt my amateur for that. What else have we got? La Liga semi-pro, another one where it's just going to build itself. We're going to have the Barcelona defensive stack, pretty decent fixture. Um, they both got us really good points last week as well. Silva has to go in. Canales is still out, so obviously Griezmann goes in, and then it has to be Parejo. He's got a pretty hard fixture, but hopefully with it being such a difficult fixture, he's going to grind out loads of AA. And we've got pretty good XP on these guys as well. So if they do perform well, then it could push us further than people with similar players. One, two, three, four. Do we have one more semi-pro team to throw in? La Liga, French League, Bundesliga. Yes, we have the Serie A. This is the only semi-pro team that's actually won us a reward, but I just don't see the same potential in it anymore. Because Lazio are keeping clean sheets, but I don't actually know how you say his name, but Haisaj Hussein, he just doesn't have the AA potential, so we're struggling there. Faradon is going to go in, and I've got rid of Osimhen because obviously I think he's injured. So I brought in Hoyland, and I had to get rid of Coop Miners because we just didn't have enough players to play if not. And I brought in Lewis Ferguson, just I think he's a fun player to watch, so hopefully he can get some decent AA. I'm not expecting much from him against Atlanta, but I can't see the semi-pro lineup doing much this week. It's probably the worst lineup we're putting out. And while we're at it, considering we aren't playing semi-pro in the Premier League, I'll build my Premier League amateur team for you. Um, have to go Martinez. Got a good fixture and he gets really good AA because he's a really good sweeper keeper. Probably going to play both these defenders. I'll throw James in for now because he's got that really good XP bonus as well. Saka against Liverpool or Harrison again. I think I'm gonna go for Harrison. Similar percentages for the 3+ goals, but Harrison's just been banging recently. I think the last 2 weeks he's got me a decisive, so we'll throw him in. Son hasn't been performing the best, but we got him quite cheap. Rashford's got that 8% XP and probably the better fixture as well. And now I'm kind of sat between Saka and Trippier. I can see Brentford scoring, but I can also see Trippier getting assists. So I'm gonna throw him in and captain. I don't know if it's Captain Reece James or Harrison. I think I'm gonna captain James. I can see Chelsea keeping another clean sheet, and if they do against Wolves, he's gonna get maybe not an attacking return, but a lot more attacking AA. Whereas I could see Newcastle maybe conceding one or two, and Jack Harrison's pretty reliant on a decisive there. So we'll go for that. Have a look at the lineups here. So that's going to be the lineups for game week 3, 6, 1. If you can see anything wrong with them, obviously they all have a 100% chance of starting, do they? Apart from Baraza. A couple of people think he's going to be benched. I'm not sure why that is. But if only 12 predictions and it's 2%, it must be someone who's got a pretty bad prediction rate for it to only weigh 2%. So hopefully everyone starts. Hopefully we hit the threshold. We still have 6 spare, so even if they do well, we should be able to play the same team next week. But if you think anyone's not starting, or if you can see any changes we need to make, please let me know. And also let me know what you think about when we should start to sell off these European cards. Because I was maybe thinking about doing it while game week 363 is live next weekend. So submit these teams, and then when after deadline, start selling off the players. If you see from these L15s, a lot of these teams have got really good players in now. But yeah, let me know when you think I should start selling them off because I do need to start moving into a team for summer. And if you've enjoyed today's lineup builder, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.